October is finally here, which means not only football, but basketball, playoff baseball, and yes, even hockey is back in action. So let's not waste any time. Start the clock. But don't start your engines if you're Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, who could miss up to 6 weeks due to a fracture in his back. Carr missed the playoffs last year after breaking his leg and played through a broken pinky last November. Let's just hope this Carr doesn't turn out to be a lemon. Now from broken backs to kneeling knees. NFL players continue to protest during the national anthem, something that's trickled down to college and even high school football. On Saturday, a few players from New Mexico took a knee in their game against Air Force, and some high school players from Bellarmine in San Jose, California took a knee under the Friday night lights. As for the media, Fox Sports has announced that it will no longer air coverage of the national anthem before its NFL games. Which is kinda a bummer, because with how boring the NFL has been lately, the anthem and the protests have kind of been the most interesting part. And from most interesting to most valuable, Yankees rookie Aaron Judge is a very strong contender, not only for Rookie of the Year, but also for the American League MVP. But we can't talk about baseball stars without mentioning the Astros. Jose Altuve has been much more consistent this season, but the jury's still out on Judge. One thing's for sure, this Dodgers team had a very special season, so I'm hoping that we get to see a little bit more of that magic in playoffs. Now I'm taking you from hard ball to the hardwood. The NBA All-Star Game has a new revamped format with 2 captains drafting the 2018 All-Star teams from the pool of players voted in. It's pretty much like high school gym class all over again, unless you're like LaMelo Ball, who will now be homeschooled. Also, another new feature, the 2018 All-Star teams will be playing for a charity of their choice. Personally, I don't want to see any charity between the players. I expect the off-season pettiness to be in full effect. But raising money for a worthy cause should always be the goal. Speaking of goals, NHL hockey is back, and should the Penguins be the last team standing again in June, they will be the first team to three-peat as Stanley Cup champions since the New York Islanders won 4 in a row from 1980 to 1983. That was a long time ago. And speaking of time, I'm all out of it. Thanks so much for watching 2 Minute Warning. I'm Danielle Alvari. Please tune in next week for a new episode. Until then, remember, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and you definitely shouldn't judge a judge by his August slump. I mean, that would be an error in judgment.